Hello everyone, today we are taking a look at the ViFly WhoopStor3. And if you fly single cell micros like Whoops and other small micro quads, which we see a lot on this particular channel, and you don't have one of these, it's time to get one. Well, maybe you have this iteration. It was kind of a V1 and V2 if you remember those. The fit and finish has really come along, and they've thrown a few extra features at us as well. So all the specs are right here on back, so you can see that it takes not only an XT60, but it also does a DC barrel plug, the size of that plug-in, it does USB-C, so you can plug into a wall input, and it has an input range from 6 volts to 26 volts and a max power of 40 watts, and the discharging current, well, you can see all that there. Those are all the hardware specs. And for our purposes, right here on the desk, I'm just going to plug in one of my larger XT60 based batteries. Here's a zoom in look at that screen, but I'm going to back out so that you'll be able to see the buttons as well. So you may have heard that beep. Hopefully the microphone picked it up, but you can turn that beep on and off by long pressing the voltage set. See, it flashed up there. Now, aha, okay. So we can also set the voltage by short pressing. See up there it says 3.85 storage voltage is generally what most people use. You can go up to 420, which is standard charge, or you can go to high volt charge at 4.35, and you can go all the way back down to 3.8 volt, just another storage charge you can use if you want to. And then you can change the current by short pressing the current start stop button. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and back down to 0.3. So from 1.3 to 0.3, I generally charge mine at either 0.5 or 0.6 amps. Charge yours how you like. I tend to charge slower because I'll use multiple chargers like this, and I'll charge a bunch at a time, usually when I'm doing video editing or I'm eating lunch down here at my desk. Let's plug in a battery and see what we get. So this is an A30 connector. I'm going to plug it into a BT20 connection. And you can see right there, it tells us that is at 3.8 volts, so storage charge. One of these batteries is almost flat. Let's see what I get here. Oh, that one's 3.85. Let me try out of this group here. Oh, this one's at 4.25. So we'll be able to charge that one, and you'll be able to see it in action for a little bit. And we've got 3.79, 3.8. It bounced around there just a little bit. So we already have our voltage. Oh, well, let's set that at high voltage. I'll fly these batteries later tonight when they're charged. And then we're going to charge at 0.6 amps. So then I press and hold. And now we're charging. Easy peasy. Now I'm going to sit here and wait until this gets done so you can see the done interface. While we're waiting on that to charge so I can show you that ending interface if that's something that you do want to see, I do know that pyrodrone.com has these, tinywhoop.com has these, webleedfpv.com has these, and that's all I can think of at the top of my head because I remember seeing their postings. There'll probably be others, so you can go right to those particular websites and buy one of the ViFly WhoopStor3s if you choose to. Also, if you know of any other sites that are carrying the ViFly WhoopStor3, please let me know. I'll link them down in the video description. They don't have to be affiliates or not. You can go directly to the store via your own typing, or you can use those links. It's all up to you. I always want people to purchase their FPV supplies with their favorite FPV stores, whether it comes through an affiliate link of mine, someone else, or not an affiliate link. Hopefully this will be done here soon. Something else while it's sitting here charging. So this fan, I have never been able to trigger it on. I actually looked inside with a flashlight to see if the blades were moving. No movement, so either I haven't done the right thing in order to trigger this. Maybe I need to step outside. It's still 100 degrees outside and do some field charging like I'm currently set up to do. Or maybe I'm just not charging at a high enough amperage. But whatever. There's a fan inside. I've never been able to turn it on. If I have turned it on, I never could hear it. Also, I have been charging it using a wall wart as well here at my desk. Just kind of set up the side. I've got a little power strip mounted. Plug in a wall wart, USB-C cable right into it. Charges up just fine. It's another way I like to use it here at the house because it doesn't seem like we should be burning our lipos when we're inside. Because those are for the field when we're flying and having fun, right? Back to waiting. It's getting real close. Okay, you can see here with that this here battery, it's done and it says okay. Also, it does give us our status, if you can see right down there by my fingernail, of the amps that it's charging per channel. as well as our input voltage over here from our XT60. That moved down from 15 volts down to 14.9 in the time we are waiting. Let's unplug this battery and give it a test to see what it shows. On this little tester here, I'm getting 4.37 volts, which is a touch higher than 4.35. Let's find another tester. I got another tester. It says 4.37 as well, and I did notice it was showing 4.37 on the voltage as well. So I decided to sit here and just wait a little bit longer on this other battery. It's getting close, and it's doing the same thing. So we got 4.37 on here, which will probably finish up shortly. So even though we set it to 4.35, it is charging, and it is seem to be aware that it is charging past what we've set it. So there's got to be some sort of voltage cutoff issue to get it precisely right. Maybe there's a calibration we can do with this. Maybe there's a firmware update we can do with this. I'm not sure, because as of right now in the instructions, I don't find a calibration, and on the website, I don't see a firmware update. So it's just something that you need to be aware of, that it will charge 0.02 volts over the 4.35. So you're going to get pretty consistent 4.37 volts. Of course, you can lower it to 4.2 volts if that's what you want to do. So I've probably made a much bigger deal than it is in reality, that 0.02 volts that it's overcharging just a touch. For me, I don't mind that, because that's way better, and being able to storage charge on here, I didn't stress that enough, and being able to set those 4 different voltage ranges, as well as having something else I didn't highlight, which is on the previous. We do have PH20 connectors as well as BT20, so if you're charging GNB27 connectors, you'll need to get a little adapters to plug in, or make your own adapter. 830 from GNB will plug right into the BT20. On the side here, we do have our ports that has our USB-C down there, as well as our barrel connector up here, and the XT60, which I already used. And if you don't already have a charger like this, maybe the previous iteration, I think ViFly is the only company that makes the option for storage charging our 1S batteries, and now they've given us a couple of new features in order to be able to not only storage charge, but charge the different voltages with a color screen and the simple button interface versus the switches that we had on the previous iterations. So again, this is available at a wide number of stores. I believe they're in stock, or at least they were in stock. They may have sold out, but if you're interested in one of those, you can go to those stores that I previously mentioned, or just check down in the video description. I'll have links to wherever I can find this for sale. If you do have any comments, questions, suggestions, or otherwise, please let me know in the comment section below. I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching.